I see it with my patients. Sleep is so important. And as a doctor who slept in the hospital for like 15 years, I can tell you, lack of sleep will destroy your life.
This study is on the effectiveness of app-based yoga, and they found that in 8 weeks of yoga, you get significant benefits in every category for people with sleep issues.
Your sleep is something that naturally occurs and you don't actually need supplements to artificially create it.
We need melatonin so that we can fix the sleep cycle, the timing of the sleep. So melatonin is the chemical which is naturally produced by the body. So the brain requires melatonin. When the melatonin is depleted, you're likely to have a disturbed sleep. You don't sleep in time.
So many of you know that sleep is the cornerstone of health. And there are a lot of data that show that people that do not sleep well don't do well. In fact, people who don't sleep well age faster. How many of you knew that? Right? People who don't sleep, for whatever reason, you have a night shift, you have babies at home, you're a truck driver in the night, about 25% of people, that's 1 in 4, so look around you, there's someone here that's not getting good sleep. They're chronic, we'll call them unsleepers. Yeah. But this is a big problem, and the data in this country alone around sleep is pretty bad. There's a slogan that Dunkin' Donuts, America can't run without Dunkin' Donuts because people need coffee to wake up because they're not sleeping well. But the solution is not coffee, right? The solution is to sleep well. So our team, we have about 30 clinicians, and by the way, I'm Dr. Bhaswati, and we have about 30 clinicians, and they got together with our advisors and said, what are the things we need to put together? And several of our advisors know Ayurveda very well. People have been having problems sleeping for thousands of years. So we put together a formulation with Dr. Kamat's help that is really good for sleep. So you all know that there's falling asleep and staying asleep. So we'll first learn about some of the data around sleep and the studies that we have around our sleep formulas from Dr. Nikhila.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bhaswati. So, hello everyone. I'm Dr. Nikhila, and I'm here to tell you that your sleep is something that naturally occurs and you don't actually need supplements to artificially create it. But even if you're using a supplement, do make sure that the supplements are not going towards the side effect and you have your own original body's chemistry also intact. What happens? Why do we lose sleep? There are multiple factors because of which we lose sleep. The evening ritual is something that Ayurveda is very keen on, and that is a wonderful ritual which I will tell you today. I'll give you 5 tips that can help you with your best possible sleep.
Can you talk about some of the data around sleep first before those 5 rituals?
Yes. So this data, actually, Dr. Kamath would like to...
Dr. Kamath wants to talk. Can you talk about some of the data around sleep and sleep formulation?
We have clinically researched, and we see more than 47% of our end users having great sleep in the first month itself. We can provide the scientific data and the validations when required. I can just talk about the formulations.
Dr. Kamath, can you hold the mic right here on your chin?
Yes.
No, on your chin. There we go.
I can talk about the combinations that we use and how they are going to help. Most commonly, sedatives or sleep medications, they work temporarily. When you take it, you sleep. When you don't take it, your sleep goes haywire. Here, we use time-tested herbs like Brahmi, Shankhpushpi or Aprajita, Centellia asiatica or Bacopa, quite commonly known in the United States, in combination with Ashwagandha, which is an adaptogenic herb. We use pure extracts which will have both the water-soluble and the lipid-soluble ingredients going so that we have very high efficacy, combined with a very small quantity of melatonin that will help in fixing your sleep cycles. So you don't have dependencies. You are safe. You can withdraw these supplements anytime. It is just a matter of a few weeks of you consuming these formulations and fixing the root cause of sleep disturbances.
Thank you. Can you talk a little about the circadian rhythm, Dr. Nikhila?
Yeah, so usually what happens, our body is very much in parallel with the nature around us, and our body gets cues from the nature so that we kind of understand what is happening around us. So for example, if we are in the evenings, the mind gets the cues from light and the food, the activities that is happening around, and that's when, if you are not switching it off, if you're not giving it right cues, the circadian rhythm kind of disrupts and you kind of lose your sleep, or you end up having other health issues. Circadian rhythm is when our body's clock matches the clock of the environment around us. The time of the day, the time of the night, everything is very, very like having a deep effect on our physiology, our body. So taking this itself as the basis, Ayurveda and especially we at LYBL have devised a simple ritual, a simple routine for evening that can put you into a proper physiological deep sleep, into a slow deep sleep, which is actually coming out because of your physiology, your natural physiology. So the first, can I give some...
1 second.
Yeah.
So we have some rituals that we're going to share with you so you can walk away with something. The supplement that you can ask about to any of our doctors is called sleep support. So just go to them and say sleep support. There's a second one called Ashwagandha Plus, but they'll tell you what's the difference. But if you don't want to take supplements and you want to work with the energy of your body, we also have a yoga program. So Leah, who's our director of the yoga programs, meditation, and sound baths, will talk about the rituals that you can do that don't involve supplements, and then we'll come back to Dr. Nikhila.
Thank you. Our yoga program is very results-oriented. We really wanted, as Nikhila mentioned, as Dr. Nikhila mentioned, we really wanted you to have a sense that if you're only in overstimulation and there's no process to go from action into sleep, the yoga module really gives you that. There's a lot of research behind it, as we'll also talk about, but the beautiful thing about this program and the other systems that we've developed is they're totally adaptable to you. So you have many options and variations for your own practice, your own body, your own energy levels, but the system is designed to take you from restlessness into a feeling of calm and steady and quality sleep.
Tell them the name of our module.
Oh yes, our first module actually that we produced is called Dream Your Best Dream. We are Live Your Best Life, and our main sleep module is called Dream Your Best Dream. Those who have practiced it have done so. And we actually have developed 2 main modules for yoga. One is the Insomniacs module, lovingly, and it is Dream Your Best Dream. And then we have another module that we developed for the heavy sleepers, because so many people feel that if they sleep, they should sleep like a stone. But yoga really doesn't say this. You can sleep in a rhythm that feels good and allows you to wake up like on a dime. So the 2 modules that we have developed are for that. And I can talk about the research in a bit, but they're really designed to both attend to the nervous system and bring you into a parasympathetic tone, as well as allow your circulation and your body mobility, the quality of the day that sometimes stays in your joints and muscles, to be released before you go to sleep with no side effects, because it's just breath and yoga.
And there have actually been studies done by neuroscientists that show that you want to bring out that parasympathetic tone. So the night run to get you tired doesn't work so much because it gets your adrenaline pouring out. What you want to do is do mild exercise and the kinds of movements that are going to restore that energy flow, but not increase the adrenaline. Let's move on to some rituals, and then we'll have some time for questions. Do you want to talk about some of our rituals?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Bhaswati. So here are some tips for wonderful sleep. The first one is Abhyanga, that is the oil massage. You will not believe the results. Thank you. Thank you. So, 5 minutes, just feet and your scalp. That's it. Just 5 minutes in the evening, just before you sleep, you use this oil to massage your feet and your scalp. And of course, when you go do this in a, yeah. So we have our wonderful model here displaying the oil, and you will be amazed at the results that you see when you use this. Just 2 spots, your feet and the center of your scalp. That's it. Yes. And this is the first one. The second one, and very, very surprisingly underrated and very strange. It might feel very strange for you guys, but Nasya. Nasya is a nasal oil. So,
How many of you know what Nasya is? Raise your hands. Oh, so many
wonderful.
of you. Great.
That's very nice. That's surprising for me to know that you guys know about Nasya. So I have very educated audience here. So Nasya, 2 drops at night before you sleep, right? So when you do this consistently, but yes, consistency is the key here. You have to do it at least for 30 days plus. If you go for 90 days, then you wouldn't even require these medicines.
And what are they doing? They're putting a drop into their nose?
2 drops you open and take 2 drops and put it in the nostril. That's it. And then just breathe in deeply, and that's it. And you can just go to sleep. If the oil comes in your mouth or your throat, just spit it out, and that's it. The beauty of this process is you don't require too many things. It's just 2 drops, and that's it. And
What's the next ritual?
the next ritual, it's not exactly a ritual, but the next tip is, again, bringing back the circadian cues. So our body takes cues from everything around us. So evening, if you can wind down, that is perfect. The light, the temperature, and your bedroom has to be compliant for your sleep. So if you can reduce the intensity of the light a little bit, the yellowish color of the light or the candle light, and if you can reduce the temperature slightly, then the body will understand that, yes, I have to wind down, and you can go into sleep.
Can that
The
have
next-
an effect in 21 days?
Yes, you can definitely get, if you follow all these rituals, you will definitely get the results. It's my guarantee that you will get very wonderful sleep. Unless you have some other physiological issue, you don't have to depend on anything else. You will naturally get the sleep. The other one is aromatherapy. I know it's coming, it's not just what you say spa hype, but it is a neuroscience. Scientists, we have a proven study that when you use the aromatherapy like lavender or rosemary, it kind of relaxes, it gives the cues and helps to relax. The scientists have found that people, 40% increase in proper, deep, slow wave sleep by the use of aromatherapy. And the last
Which
one...
aromatherapy? Which sense of aromatherapy? Sense of aromatherapy.
The lavender,
And?
rosemary, and anything that can relax you. If you have a favorite, you can use
Ylang-ylang.
that as well. But natural ones, of course, not the artificial ones. And the last tip is your bedroom. Your bedroom is your sanctuary. It kind of gives you the biological cues that you require. Make it so relaxing that as soon as you step in your bedroom, you should feel like, yes, I'm winding down and sleeping. Keep away the electronic devices outside the bed. The bed is your zone to relax. So you can keep a plant in the bedroom that gives you a positive energy. You can relax. You can keep the lavender under your pillow or a rosemary twig under your pillow. Try to have sheets which are light and clean so that it kind of relaxes you in the best possible scenario.
Before we end, let's hear a little science about melatonin and why we have the good, the bad, and the ugly about melatonin. Dr. Kamath.
Yes. We need melatonin so that we can fix the sleep cycle, the timing of the sleep. So melatonin is the chemical which is naturally produced by the body. So the brain requires melatonin. When the melatonin is depleted, you are likely to have a disturbed sleep. You don't sleep in time. Probably your circadian cycle is messed up. So temporarily, we recommend melatonin combined with the other herbs that go in synergetic effect with the formulation, so that it fixes your sleep cycle and not make you drowsy in the day. So that is the importance of the formulations. We don't want you to make sleep in the morning.
So for any of you who are Ayurvedic people, and you know formulations, Dr. Kamath has taken a base of the Manomitram Vataka, if you know that Sanskrit formulation.
Yes.
And he's added melatonin and a few other herbs to it, and it works really well. So I think if you talk with him and you smile, he might give you a sample. You have some samples available?
Yeah, we do have some.
Or
sleep.
Dr. Nikhila? If you get your questions ready, we're just going to talk a moment about yoga, and then we'll take questions.
I did want to mention a little bit of the research about sleep and yoga too. So it's interesting because yogic research on sleep talks about 8 weeks for dramatic change. Yeah, there's a study, I have a little cheat sheet here. This study is on the effectiveness of app-based yoga for intervention in insomnia, and it was started during the pandemic in 2021. And they found that in 8 weeks of yoga, you get significant benefits in every category for people with sleep issues. And that's what we're up for.
So you can try the module if you have sleep issues.